Hey guys, my name is Moyo, and as you can see today, I'm in uniform. So I go to culinary school, and this is what I have to wear when I'm not in the kitchen. And I'm repping Nigeria, green, white, green. But anyways, yes. So I just had class, and I have class in a bit, so that's why I'm just making this video in my uniform. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my love running testimony. Welcome, testimony in a way. So love. I'm already laughing. This is a very funny story. So, my love running testimony is basically the story of how I ran a 10-kilometer marathon in May last year. So, this is a very funny story because for the people who know me, like for all my friends from before, like Moyo doesn't run is a reality. Okay, throughout primary school, they never called me to come and do any race like in the house sports or anything like that. I was never called because all I did was dressing up race and march past. Even in my secondary school, like I was always a march past person. Like I wasn't bothered. Like I didn't have a problem with marching because I knew that I could not contribute in any other way to my sports team other than swimming. So I went to school in the UK in September 2015, and I joined this church called Woodlands Church in Bristol, and that was how I got linked up with the love running and everything. But let me tell you the full story. So I had this chemistry teacher, and you know how we have like New Year resolutions. So we came back to school in January, and we were talking about New Year resolutions and everything. And so we asked her what her New Year plans were and everything. And she's a really nice person, and she was like, "Oh, she wants to run a marathon." I was like, do normal people run marathons? No, please. Like, that just went through my mind. I was just looking at her. What do you mean wants to run a marathon? And she was like, oh yeah, she loves running. I'm talking about how like she started getting into like sports and stuff because of her husband and hiking and things like that. She was like, she loves running. She runs every morning and things like that as much as she can. Like she gets up at like 5 a.m. to go on runs and things like that. I was like, where do people like this come from? Do you understand what I mean? Like me, okay, at that point in time I was swimming, and there were people in my year who used to like get up in the morning and swim at 5:40, 6:45, and can I wake up and go a bit? Oh god. But anyways, that happened, and I feel like that was really the seed that was planted in me, because I started to understand that okay, running marathons is normal. Like people run marathons kind of things and that kind of thing. So I was sort of like, okay, it's possible, it can happen. And then I went to church one day, and then they were talking about this thing called love running. So basically, love running is this initiative by Woodlands Church, and they basically get many people to run the Great Bristol 10-kilometer marathon together to raise money for charity. So this year we're raising money for, well, that was last year, we were raising money for 2017, we're raising money for this Azraq refugee camp in Syria, and then for 7 key areas in Bristol, so things like homelessness and things like that. There were 7 key areas that they were trying to improve on in the city of Bristol. So I heard about it, and I was like, okay, I want to help to raise money for people. Like genuinely, that would be lovely. Like, you know, especially as we hear more and more about ISIS and things like that, you just think, you feel helpless. You don't feel like you can help the cause in any way, but it's so tragic. And I was like, oh, I would love to help, you know. If I'm running a marathon, people would definitely give me money to do that and stuff. So I was like, okay, let me sign up. But I really feel like me hearing about my teacher who used to run and wanted to run a marathon that year was a real encouragement for me. So I signed up, start running, start preparing for this marathon. So they had like running clubs and stuff like that, but then I couldn't really meet up with them because of school and stuff. So I had to be the pioneer of my own running schedule. So essentially I started running, I started trying to run, I started walking. Let me start from there. So I used to go like on the AstroTurf in school and just walk around it, run around it. We had this small area outside school, Henleys, and just like jog, you know, sometimes Saturday mornings, and things like that. But then, you know, I realized that this is going to be 10 kilometers more. If you don't like buff up on your training, it's not going to happen. So then I had to really push myself. You know, I got to the point where I was waking up in the morning to run. Like, you guys, it's a testimony of God's grace and goodness, because me. Anyways, but I did things like I would try and run/jog to church in the morning. So I was, even though I wasn't running with them on a regular basis, like I had the running plan with me, from things like run 1 minute, jog 1 minute, to things like run 5 minutes, jog 5 minutes, that kind of thing. So you're building up your endurance. And I feel like the thing I really learned from this love running thing was endurance. Till now, if you tell me to run for 10 minutes, I probably can't. But if you ask me to get from A to B in an hour, and I'm running, I'm jogging, I'm walking, I can do it. Like, I have greater endurance. Like, I won't give up. I will walk some, I will run some, but I'll get there. So that's what I learned, The walk to church is about 30 minutes. So I will jog some and walk some, and then I'll jog some and walk back some as well. Run around the AstroTurf in school. When I was in my aunt's house, run around, get to know the area. I mean, I feel like my running really, it pushed me to get to know the areas around which I was staying more and explore more. So that's basically what I was doing, and then the event was getting closer and closer, and I was like, okay, we'll be prepared. And I remember, like, the night before the event, writing down my, the t-shirts and everything. And I also remember that I made sure that I ran 10K before the race came. Okay, no, I was at home at this point in time, so it was Easter break, and I was in Nigeria. And then I was like, Mummy, I want to run this 10K beforehand and everything. I want to try. So my house is in Ikoyi, and I ran from my house to Ikoyi-Lekki Bridge and back. So from my house to Ikoyi-Lekki Bridge was 5 km, and then back was 5 km. So I was like, I'll get up early on Saturday morning, have the whole oats and bananas, like give me the burst of energy. And I had like an apple as well, and then I'll go. So my sister, I was like, oh, do you want to come with me? She was like, why not? She actually said she would come. But I was a bit scared, worried, but she said she would come. So we left the house 7:15 in the morning, and then we started going. Like, she was a bit behind me, but like she was still coming, like we were trying, and she was like, why are you going so fast? Like, I wasn't going fast, but just that she hadn't done any training. So she was like, you just calm down, like, do we have any goal? But I wanted to see how quickly I could do it. So then we got to Ikoyi-Lekki Bridge after like 40 minutes. And I was like, yeah, when we got there, we were both like, we made it halfway. But I called my mom to get my sister because she was just too tired. Like, she was like, I can't walk back home, Moyo, I'm going to die. But then I just want to say thank you, Jiire, even at this point in time, for coming with me. So then I walked and jogged back home, and it took me 2 hours in total. So I was like, at least I know I can do 10K. If on the day I walk from beginning to end, it's not a problem. But like on the day, like you have people cheering you on, there's so many of you, so you won't want to walk like that. Anyways, day came. I went to, where was it? It was in Bristol City Centre. So we met up, all of us in Love Running. We met up in College Green first of all, and like we shared a prayer. We did some warm-ups, and I met a friend who I actually ran with. And we were just talking. So I had like I was in the pink wave. The pink wave is the last people. So when you're registering for the marathon, they ask you like, how long do you think it's going to take you? And I stick to the 1 hour, 30 minutes or more. Like, that's the lowest category because it's my first time. So I was in the pink wave people. So that people that we start last and we end last, because they don't want you to start with the very fast people so that you won't get discouraged. Like, if you start with people who are running from the start, you should be like, oh, let me run. Maybe everybody's supposed to run. Then your energy just finish, just faint on the way. So we start last so that we are with people of our own pace and we don't feel pressured. So anyways, I went there and I was just praying like, God, you need to help me. Like, honestly, I'm doing this for you. But we started the race and it was really, really good. Like, it took me 1 hour, 30 minutes to complete that thing, by the way. I mean, you know how it took me 2 hours to do it at home? I was already like, 2 hours. I'll be happy. God, just give that to me. But it took me 1.5 hours. Yes, I was tired. But I didn't even drink water that much. I didn't stop. Like, I walked quite a bit of it, but I never stopped. I didn't drink that much water because, to be honest, I found that for me, drinking too much water when I'm running, I'll get a stitch. So I didn't drink too much water. I had a few energy bars on me, like all those nature or naked bars or whatever. And like I had some of that, and I got to the end, and it was an amazing feeling. It was amazing seeing people like in wheelchairs being pushed by their family. It was amazing seeing so many people raising money for wonderful causes. I feel like Love Running changed my life. And I put something on Facebook afterwards, and I just want to even like read it out to you guys what I said. I feel like the whole marathon thing reinforced what one of our pastors had said at the beginning of 2017, which is that we would experience a Holy Spirit and inspired confidence. And that's truly what I felt running that marathon. And I feel like I'm not the same person, obviously, after running that race. My ideas, my beliefs, my belief in what I can do, what my body can accomplish is totally and completely different. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's supported me, who contributed during Love Running. Like, even the Love Running, like, let's say the day before the event, we had raised 40-something thousand pounds, and our goal was 100,000. By like 2 days after the event, we had raised like 110,000 pounds. Like, God is just beautiful. And I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to God. And I just hope this story somehow encourages you. Like, if there's anything in your life that you feel like you want to do, but you feel like you physically cannot do it, I would say give it a try. I would say you never know how much you can do until you actually push yourself to do it. After that Love Running, I ran another 10K in July. So this was me, like, I ran 2 10Ks last year. Like, at the beginning of last year, if you had told me that, I'd have told you that the dream, in fact, you are drunk in your dream. It's not even a normal dream. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I really feel like in this life, we are able to push ourselves to different limits. And if there's anything you want to do, you have to believe that you can achieve it. And with God, all things are possible. Running that race wasn't me, it was God all the way through, and He showed Himself for me. I was astounded when I got to that finish line. I feel like when I was telling people, oh, I'm running a marathon, people were like, oh. My sister was like, don't go and kill yourself. But I did not kill myself. I was stronger, I was better. I had a lot more of an open mind. I met a lot of new friends. It was a totally different experience. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you think. Share your amazing adventurous stories or the ways that you've pushed yourself with me and with everyone in the comments. We can all learn from each other. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. See you later.